My name is Machen Norris, and I am very excited to share with you about how I utilized the Educator certification program with National Geographic. Franklin Middle School is located in Greeley, Colorado, approximately an hour northeast of Denver. Our town is primarily agricultural based, where cattle, crop production, and the oil and gas industry drive our economy. My school is considered poverty-based and has a diverse culture ranging in students from multiple socioeconomic backgrounds. My science classroom is full inclusion of students on various educational plans such as IEPs, 504s, NEP, FEP, LEP, severe needs, and gifted and talented. On any given day, my classroom offers an environment that allows students to explore opportunities through inquiry-based learning. We develop curiosity through project-based learning as well. STEAM or STEM education through the 5E model of instruction, my students gain content knowledge while exploring and building their background. Developing relationships with my students is one of the character traits I feel strongest about. Empowering them to believe in themselves, to learn collaboration and communication skills, and to become an ambassador of the earth all drive my teaching philosophy. Wildfires. It wasn't until I hiked up Storm King Mountain out of Glenwood Springs this last summer till I realized the impact it has on humans and the natural world. I began gathering all of my pictures over the last several years' hikes to share with my students and connect them with our beautiful yet volatile surroundings. It is these images which started an 8-week unit to engage my students in this project. We started this journey by looking at density and how it relates to the chemical composition of fire retardant. The Greeley Wildland Fire team then came into my classroom and spoke about fire behavior and aircraft used to support wildfire suppression.
So these guys are some of the quickest. We have one based here in Loveland, and we're fighting fire up where we live. We can call for the seat. He could be up above Fort Collins, Loveland in about 15 minutes. Sometimes he even beats us with a fire. And topography-wise, we're not on a really steep slope, so it's not going to climb up the mountain. This wind is going to push it down toward the fire. So the fire over here is much larger than this fire, right? It's a big fire, maybe thousands of acres. And when it comes up this way,
my students then connected their learning of carbon and soil composition through the High Park Fire, which occurred outside Fort Collins in June of 2012.
So, days more darker.
So my reading test is
Colorado State University developed these STEM kits for students to be able to have a first-hand look of how wildfires change the landscape. Jim Jones from the Colorado State Forestry Department then joined us to talk about the ecological impacts and more specifically, how cool trees are. Students interacted with topographic maps, fresh cut tree cookies to determine tree age, and even had a select few put on all the gear required by a forester. Now it gets good. What's cooler than trees, you ask? Airplanes. Aircraft that can hold up to 20,000 gallons of fire retardant? Even more cool. For my student STEAM challenge, they were to build a contraption primarily out of recycled goods in order to carry approximately 4 ounces of homemade fire suppressant, aka water, red food dye, and gelatin. Check out what they came up with.
Tongue compressor right here. The tape is right here. Pull this from this side, so this will go this way, and then it'll come out while it's going down.
Oh, I have an idea. Let's carve 2 holes, one right there, and then the water will be right here. So you put it under, and those 2 holes, the string will tie around it. And when the string is tied around it, you pull the string, because it'll be in those grooves, and then the tongue compressor will come out and they'll pour water.
Is that it's like bending, so like we need something heavier over here.
This lesson is not over yet, as my students are in the midst of creating a PSA to provide the whole school with connections of information they learned on topics such as flooding events, secondary to wildfires, satellites used to detect wildfire activity, changes in atmospheric conditions, and reseed, afforestation, and reforestation techniques, and finally, implications of insurance on selected wildfires around the country. It has been a pleasure taking this simple idea and watching it flourish into something bigger than I imagined. My students now have a much broader understanding of the entities that play a role in fires and a great sense of global learning and how a wildfire can have a trickle effect on the political, economic, geological, and ecological systems that make up the scales and perspectives of our world.